Hey everybody, this is John. I am back with another video. I do apologize. It's been a while, and been a few weeks, I guess. And a couple of things I do want to point out. I do have again a rebranding of the channel from the Garage Chronicles to just John Jordan Chronicles. I've been doing some networking here in Atlanta with other podcasters. I've joined a podcast Atlanta meetup group, and in person, just the name the Garage Chronicles has not been flowing very well, and I do have to do some explaining. So, just my name, John Jordan Chronicles, is going to be the name of the channel, and that's what I want to point out for you today. And so, those two things, the channel changed from the Garage Chronicles and it's changed to John Jordan Chronicles, and I'm doing networking with some podcasters to get some ideas and also to get new guests for the different topics today. The topic today is just going to be internalized homophobia, and let's just jump right into it. So, of course, I like to present factual data. So, the definition we're going to take from the National Institute of Health for internalized homophobia is a gay person's direction of negative social attitudes toward gay people, turning that inward to yourself. And in extreme forms, it can lead to a rejection of one's own sexual orientation. So that's our definition we're going to be using from the National Institutes of Health. First, we want to talk about what internalized homophobia looks like. It can lead someone to punish themselves for having gay thoughts, feelings, and also lead someone to think or talk negatively about themselves, which can lead to low self-esteem, confidence. Low self-confidence, your feelings of inadequacy, self-minimization. It can be anxiety. It can lead to depression. Internalized homophobia can also lead to eating disorders and also suicidal thoughts. From my own perspective, it's been many, many years, but as a teenager, my own internalized homophobia, being raised in a fundamentalist Christian background, as a teenager, I had suicidal thoughts myself that I wanted my life to end and could not accept myself as a gay person. So that's a personal take on the internalized homophobia. Obviously, I'm here, so I did not commit suicide, but I did have those thoughts. I never took any active steps to commit suicide, but I just felt like I didn't want to continue life as a gay person once I knew that I was attracted to other men and wanted a relationship or even just sex with another man. So that's the personal take on internalized homophobia. Um, Also, internalized homophobia can make somebody want to try to change their orientation, or um, internalized homophobia can also lead to someone want to change their gender or engaging in addictive behavior. I apologize, I can't find the exact studies, but I do know there are several studies that show that among LGBTQ, drug and substance abuse is higher than the general population, from what I've read. And a lot of that is around not being able to accept yourself and using those drugs and substances to distract or numb yourself from your gay thoughts and feelings. Um, there's also what they call systematic internalized homophobia, which is excluding gay people from history books, or governments passing laws that keep non-reproductive sex from being taught in textbooks and in education. Doctors can make false assumptions about a person's gender or sexuality, excuse me, or it can be religious abuse from religious beliefs that don't accept gay people. It could be, you're gay, you're going to hell, or you're inferior to heterosexual people, so on and so forth. And it can just lead to religious institutions only promoting marriage or relationships for heterosexual people. Um, Sometimes people who are experiencing internalized homophobia can not be able to accept their own same sex attraction. Uh, and it can also lead to them having what they call external internalized homophobia, which is directing that hatred that's really going on inside themselves toward other people and acting out in a violent way toward people who are openly LGBTQ. A lot of the homophobic hate crimes do stem from that internalized homophobia, but I want to be clear that not all hate crimes come from internalized homophobia. They're just people out there who hate LGBTQ folks, and that's where a lot of the hate crimes come from. It's not necessarily their own internalized homophobia. They just hate gay people. So the other thing I want to talk about that may be controversial, but I don't care. From a religious perspective, it could be a gay man choosing to pursue a career in ministry where they're speaking out against gay people. And I have seen that in my own real life experience. Um, and the final internalized homophobia that I want to talk about is inserting standards and stereotypes of a heterosexual relationship into a gay relationship. That can be heterosexual traditional gender roles being imposed. People believe that belongs in a gay relationship and try to form a relationship that way when they're gay. It could be this whole top bottom thing, believing that's the basis of a gay relationship, so on and so forth. So putting those heterosexual norms, what they call heteronormativity, into a gay relationship. Um, so on and so forth, as I've said. So, what can we do to overcome internalized homophobia? The first thing we have to acknowledge is that it's real. When I challenge people that top bottom is heteronormativity or that gender roles are heteronormativity, like saying that the person who's the quote unquote top in the relationship should be in charge of the finances, and the person who's the bottom may be doing something more domestic or taking care of the home. When I say those are heterosexual gender norms, traditional heterosexual gender norms, you have to acknowledge that those things are real and not try to deflect that those things aren't real. So you have to acknowledge that internalized homophobia exists. You may need to ask yourself some questions. Am I embarrassed by being attracted to the same sex? Who knows my sexuality? And if they don't, why not? I mean, I don't walk into a room and say I'm John, I'm gay. But if I'm in a setting and people are talking about dating or their partner or their spouse, then I would talk about those same things just from a gay perspective. I would just be natural. So, and if you're not natural, as far as being gay, why not? Ask yourself that. And also what I've just mentioned, which is um, why do I insert hetero gender roles into a gay relationship when, from my perspective, the greatest thing about being gay is that we can make up our own rules among ourselves. So two men, two women we can make up our own rules and it can just based on what we want. We don't have to follow any traditional heterosexual norm or anything that applies to heterosexual people. And for me, that includes legal marriage. I have nothing against that if that's what you want, but I don't think that gay people, including myself, have to be married or um, conform to that gender norm for us to be valuable, worthwhile people. We can decide what we want on our own. It could be ethical non-monogamy. That's an open relationship and not being married, or it could be being married and having an open marriage. It could be just having a long-term partner, but not necessarily legal marriage. Um, It could also be polyamory. Some people want to be in committed relationship with more than one person. I'm not polyamorous myself, and at this stage in life, I don't necessarily see me being in an open relationship. I have sold my wild oats, so I don't feel the need to get into a long-term relationship with one person to still be sexually active with outside people, simply because I've already done those things. Again, in a couple of weeks, I will be 55 years old. So I have done everything sexually I've ever wanted to do with every kind of man you can think of. So I don't find the need to do that at that point. But I don't find anything wrong or bad about it with others. Um, Definitely from a a gay or queer uh, black perspective, a resource that you can look in. There is a book that you can buy out there called Queer Love and Color. Sorry, by Jamal Jordan. That's Queer Love in Color by Jamal Jordan. That is a book that you can buy, and it's published by Penguin Random House, and that can give you insight on combating internalized homophobia and just gay or queer relationships of color in general. So that's especially for us as Black LGBTQ people. And that's all I have today, but I want you to get in the comments about what are your thoughts around internalized homophobia and ways to combat it. What are your thoughts about it in general? Just give me your ideas. Until then, I am John Jordan Chronicles, signing off until the next time.